Well, hello everybody. Hope you can see me okay. Looks like we're live on Google Hangouts today. And thanks very much for joining me here today. If you're online, if you're catching the replay, then also welcome. I know a lot of people around the world can't watch these weekly Hangouts live, which is fine. So just wanted to say good day to everybody. It's been a few weeks, probably about 3 or 4 weeks actually, since I jumped on the weekly Hangout, and I do apologize for that. We've been in the process of moving. And let me just quickly fix one thing. I've just noticed something on my camera here. Excuse me, guys. Very unprofessional. Just have to wipe the camera there. Look like I had a bit of dust and crap on it. So, guys, thanks very much for being here. Just wanted to basically kick off by saying it's great to be back on the webinars, because I have had a few weeks off, as I said, and we've been in the process of moving. We just moved up to the Gold Coast recently, and there's been a lot of turmoil trying to get things sorted out. Finally got the home office kind of set up here a little bit. You know, can still see a little bit of mess in the background there, still things to unpack and that sort of thing. So please excuse the mess. But we are going to be running these every week now. So it's something that I like to do, just to kind of keep in touch with you, to keep the momentum running with the team. And also a forum, if you do have any questions or you have any issues with your business, this is a chance for you to perhaps jump on, put some messages in the chat. We're going to be monitoring that as we go along. And you know, if you have any questions, this is the place to ask it as well. On top of that, there is an opportunity for you to bring up any issues and things that you want to discuss and learn a little bit more about. So if there's an area of concern for having, for example, some sort of marketing strategy that you've seen, or you're wondering how people get certain results, or you're wondering how something works, such as, say, running a Facebook ad, or how to do a blogging and that sort of thing, which we're going to talk a little bit about today, or any kind of marketing strategy, or something that's related to the business, then, you know, send us an email, send us a comment here on the live Hangout. And what we'll try to do is, perhaps if it's a bigger topic that we can't just answer simply in the webinar, we might actually look at addressing it in the next webinar and in the following team Hangout. So we'll make sure your questions get answered, and we may also turn that into a training as well, just so it can benefit the whole group. And that's what this is all about. It's not just sort of, if a lot of people have the same sort of questions, a lot of people have the same queries, then we can do that and you know, leverage our time a little bit better, so everybody can get the benefit of the answers. So, guys, as I said, welcome to the webinar. I'm going to be keeping this very short today, but there is quite a bit I want to cover. And at the same time, there is also another webinar which is conflicting with our weekly webinar time slot here of 9 p.m. Eastern time in America, or at the moment it's just gone 12 midday here in Queensland, which is about 1 o'clock in Sydney or in New South Wales time. So a lot of different time zones. Obviously, if you're depending on what time zone you're in, if you're not in Australia or the US, work out what time zone you're in. It's always going to be at 9 o'clock on a Thursday night. Friday morning here in Australia, it's Friday midday. It might be somewhere in between that for you. Or if you can't make it, let's say it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, whatever, just, you know, catch the replay the next day. We keep the video up here on the same link, the same page that you would have received in the email. It's the same link every single week. So all you need to do is go to this page and be able to see the replay. It's usually up there for the following week, the whole week, and then we'll update it for the next week's one as well. But we try to keep it consistent, the same link. You can just do www.wealthcircles.com/team hangout. And what you can also do is invite your team along to these hangouts as well. Unless you want to do your own hangouts and you're building up a big team, I wouldn't recommend doing these hangouts for yourself until you've sort of got the confidence and you build up a bit of a team yourself. But, you know, if you want to start running your own webinars, that's fine, and I can perhaps help you do that. But in the meantime, just invite them along to these team hangouts and plug them into the system, and they can get the education and the kind of the inspiration from what we're doing here as well. And it's sort of, they can sort of see that there's a bigger team here, bigger network. Now, at the moment, it's just me on the Hangout, although in weeks to come, as we sort of kick off 2016, I plan on having some other people come on board with us, some other team members that I've sort of chosen, or they've sort of put their hands up as kind of leaders in the team. And if you're someone that's really serious about this business and you want to be a leader in the team, you really want to sort of drive it forward, then we want to perhaps get you on the Hangouts as well. And if you're achieving some results in the business, we want you just to bring you out and kind of just share those results with everybody, share what you're actually doing, how you're actually achieving those results. So, as I said, today it's just me, but I want to start bringing some people out, and so we can get your face and your voice on the line as well, and just ask you a couple of questions, and you know, and just share your experience with the group, and which really helps us all, helps the new people coming in. They can see that there's some other people getting results, and it's not just pie in the sky. This is a real business and it's working for a lot of different people. So yeah, that's what we want to try and do going forward. But on today's one, as I said, there is a conflicting webinar from Empower Network that's happening right at this moment. And what that's going to be all about, judging from the emails and just from what's going on recently in the company, is you've probably seen the Unstoppable Dream product is actually coming off the market as of midnight tonight in the US. So you've got about another 3 or 4 hours to go to get that product. And you will notice on the page here, there's a link, wherever it is, a little banner on the sidebar here, to actually purchase that product if you haven't already got it, or at least to go and check it out and find out a little bit more about it. Don't click on it now, wait till after the webinar perhaps. We're only going to be about 45 minutes here. So what that product is, just in a nutshell, is it was a product that was brought out at the last event. Actually, I think it was two events ago. I can't remember. It's been out for a few months now. It was always going to be a limited release type of product. I wasn't quite sure where they were going with it. It was brought out prior to the launch of the iPass 2 Empower Network merger, and I thought at the time actually they were going to use that as the training, the onboarding training that people get. Instead, they've used this other series called the $1 Million Ring Formula training, which you may have seen if you've come on board recently. And that's a free training that a lot of people, that everybody gets to when they first come on board, or even if you're doing a trial offer of the business as well. So I thought they were going to use the Unstoppable Dream. In and of itself, it's a fantastic product. I'll see if I've actually got a screenshot of what it looks like here, because it is pretty awesome and it's got a lot of content in it. Our good friend Rhonda Swan, who's actually in a similar position to ourselves, in a similar group, although she's a lot further ahead in terms of income and the size of her team. And you know, I have to be honest, we're not in her team, but she's in the Unstoppable family, or the Unstoppable tribe, as she calls it. And what she's basically done is she's a branding expert. She is the absolute master of actually building a brand around herself, around her team, around what she's trying to do. And that's why she's created this Unstoppable family. And they've been traveling for the last 8 or 9 years around the world, taking her little girl, who's now 8 or 9 years old, quit the corporate world. I think she was a lawyer or something like that, just in the corporate world there, quit that entirely. And they just started traveling, and they've been working their online home business from their laptops ever since. So a real inspiration, and they built a brand around that, being like the traveling family and being able to have that freedom lifestyle, and they call themselves freedompreneurs. So all these sort of catchphrases and that sort of thing, it's a really masterful way of branding themselves and really sort of sticking out in people's minds as to what they represent. And it's kind of a struggle for a lot of people. We're kind of trying to get our heads around it as well and sort of create our own brand. We've got the Wealth Circles brand, and we're trying to build that up as well. And we're still at this, we're learning as we go along, but I've picked up so many great tips from that particular video series. It's been phenomenal. So I can highly recommend it. It does retail for $197. If you're already an owner of it, send an email out to your list. Get people into it. Get people on the live webinar that's happening right now. Not this one. If it's not too late, still you would have received emails from Empower Network. There's one just popped in right now called saying that we're live. So just grab the link there, add your affiliate link to the end of it, and you can actually make a 70% commission on the sale of that product as well. But obviously, if you are buying it now, there's not a lot of time left. So you'll just be buying it for the purpose of actually getting the value of the information which is within it. I'm just trying to bring up the actual product itself. So just give you perhaps a screenshot of what it looks like. It's absolutely amazing. It's really a very powerful product. And let me see if I can share my screen here with you guys. Sorry about this for a moment. Get used to the old Google Hangouts again. I haven't done one for a couple of weeks, as I said. So here we go. Okay, hopefully you can see that now. And here's my little cursor. Yep, all right, cool. Now, so what you basically get is the Rhonda Swan training as well as Tracy Walker's training. Now, they're two very different personality types, two very different people. As I said, Rhonda's a fantastic expert on branding and how to basically set yourself up with a memorable brand around your business. And what she goes through, I'll just sort of show you what her training is. She's got 4 sections there: tribe training, mastermind moments. You can drop these down. You can see within these there's a training video on all these different subjects: YouTube mastery, Facebook mindset training, solo ads, you know, Facebook marketing, PPC. And she brings a lot of other people in. It's not just her doing the training. She's got a lot of experts within her team that also do these things. Video marketing, Twitter traffic, masterminds. She's been speaking at a lot of the conferences. How to set up sales funnels, capture pages, bridge pages, funnel completion, how to set up your own funnel, how to do your own marketing. Very, very powerful stuff. So you can see there's a whole bunch of different videos in there, really high-powered, powerful training. And then we've got the dream section. This is Tracy Walker's videos. Hers is a little bit different. She's got videos here. I don't know why they... Oh, okay. So within these, you've got little drop downs here as well. They've done a little bit differently on hers. Some of these, obviously, some of these modules may have more than one lesson in them. Yep. So, for example, this one's got 2 videos. This one's got, oh, there you go, 6 videos within that particular topic. So, even multiple videos within the topics. Tracy's, however, has got 16 videos on more on the subject of mastering the business side of your business. So, as you can see here, the money mindset, keeping the money within keeping the money with a money system, how to pay yourself. And he actually goes through the taxation rules and actually how to set up your bank accounts, how to get paid properly, what you can actually claim on tax for, how to pay yourself an income and set this up as a proper income stream for yourself. So a lot of people start the business and they kind of start to make a little bit of money and they just sort of, they don't know what to do with the money. They don't have a budget, they don't have a business plan as laid out for them, which is kind of unique in the internet marketing world. It's rare that actually somebody actually has taken the time to work out an actual business plan or a spending plan as well of how to actually allocate those funds that start to come in once you've made some profits. Do you spend it all? A lot of people just get the money and they go and spend it. Or they, even worse, they perhaps put the whole lot into more marketing, for example, 100%, and they don't get any benefit themselves. This is a lifestyle business, number one, but it's also a real business. And you want to actually allocate a portion of the money that will pay you, but a portion of it should be also going back into more marketing, and a portion of it could be also be paying for other aspects of the business, like your fees and expenses. So again, accounting for all these different buckets, as we call them. And she actually talks about setting up different accounts for different purposes. One of it's your personal spending account, or money that you can actually take out of your business and use for your personal expenses. You don't want to be dipping into your business account to actually pay your phone bills, for example. You don't want to be dipping into your business account to pay for your, your groceries each week. You want to have a separate account set up for those sort of things. And that's what this this particular video series goes through. It's really how to set up your business so that it's profitable and it's actually run like a well-oiled machine. And she actually has a video here called Mastering the Machine, or Master Machine. So there's a real process here, and she's an expert in this sort of area. She was an accountant. I think she was a real estate agent at one stage. She's gone through different things, but a really powerful businesswoman here that's she's a multi-million-dollar earner in the business. She's been very successful. She's got a very successful team within the business. So yeah, again, I'm not going to ramble on about it. Go and watch the video. Very, very important stuff that this is, that you learn this. If you're serious about your business, highly recommend you get your hands on this product before it goes off the market entirely. And as I said, there's a little banner on the side here that you can click on to grab it. Let me see here. Right, we're back. Okay, so guys, that's that part out of the way. Once again, welcome to the new members to the team. If you have just joined this week, for example, I've had a few new people come on board. I want to welcome you guys to the team. We're a little bit different, not different, but I just like to call ourselves different. And I wanted to sort of talk a little bit about the concept of wealth circles and what I actually was thinking about when I put it together. And it doesn't matter, you don't need to kind of do this. You can just call yourself your name. You don't actually need to build a brand around yourself, although it kind of helps. You just sort of be faithful to the system. You might be thinking like, oh, do I need to have this fancy name for my business? Do I need to have this special website? Do I need to brand myself and all those sorts of things around my business? No, you don't. A lot of it's stuff that you can actually it'll come to you later on. Just work under your own steam, under your own name, and that's fine. That's the way we all get started. I didn't sort of set this up straight away. This has been something that's been forming in my mind, although I did have a website previously called wealthcircles.com, and what I was blogging about, or I was blogging along before I came into this business, is the concept of kind of expanding your circles of influence, and I call them the circles of wealth. And the idea of it came from Stephen Covey's famous book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Highly recommended reading if you a serious entrepreneur. So grab that book, and what it talks about in one of the habits is expanding your circle of influence, and focusing. Proactive people focus on the things that within their circle of influence that they actually can control. Non-proactive people or unsuccessful people focus on the things outside their circle of influence, which is what he calls the circle of concern. Yes, you are concerned about them, things like religion, the war in Iraq or wherever, or the weather, or the stock market, things that are outside your control that you have no influence over changing those sort of aspects. So yes, you're concerned about them, but you have no control. So what he says to do is obviously, and this is obviously very logical when you think about it, is focus on those things that you can control, things that you do have a direct influence over, which is your health, for example, perhaps your physical body, or your day-to-day time management that you actually do of your day-to-day running of your life, or your business, or your life, which is one and the same thing sometimes. So focusing on those areas and learning more, getting more knowledge, getting more experience, expanding your influence on these areas and getting more control, thereby expands the circle as a whole. So, for example, and again, I'm not going to harp on about this, it's kind of a metaphor in that as we learn and grow as an entrepreneur and as a business person, we're bringing on more knowledge and we're gaining more experience. Our wealth, our overall wealth, which is, I'm talking about holistic wealth here, not just financial wealth, personal wealth, relationships, it's all part of wealth, the concept of wealth, expands as a result. So you might be focused on, for example, one aspect of your business, let's say marketing. You've learned a new Facebook marketing technique, how to run ads on Facebook. By focusing on that and getting really good at it, and getting really good at that one particular skill, you will all of a sudden find that other benefits come about as a result of that, for example. So you might then realize that there's a benefit to actually putting videos on Facebook, and actually, you learn more and you expand your influence over that and you become a better marketer as a whole. And you also you become a better blogger now, because there's other benefits. Because you're focused on a particular marketing technique, your words become better. You become a better wordsmith, as I like to call it. So there's a lot of different benefits, and one benefit kind of flows from the other. So look, that's the concept. I think you get my meaning there. I'm not going to harp on, but it's an idea that it really is just like a concept, if nothing else. That's what Wealth Circles is all about. That's what my blog's all about. I kind of focus on the three main topics of online business. And I originally talked also about investments and trading, because I'm a financial advisor or a financial investment manager in my career, my professional career. I'm winding that back a little bit these days. I still have a professional license, or an ASIC license, as we call it here in Australia, AFSL. So I do still run that business. However, I'm focusing on this business, because obviously it has much more lucrative. It has that residual aspect component to it, which the financial markets don't. As a trader, you make money, you live and die by the trade. Your last trade, if you make a profit, you've made a profit, but that's it. There's no extra income coming in. Now, investing is another aspect to it as well. If you are somebody that perhaps wants to do some investing and you want to set up a portfolio, that's passive income, obviously, portfolio income. And these are different forms of wealth or wealth creation. And, if you're in Australia here, I'd be happy to have a chat with you. We do have some great investment opportunities that I can put you into, which are pretty passive. You just put them in and we set up a professional fund manager. I'm not all about actually managing the money or picking different stocks and making up portfolios. That's definitely would take too much time. That's something we can offer as well. And that's something I can bring to the table to our team here. If they're obviously in our Australian group, if there's anybody out there that has an interest in wanting to do some high performance investing or trading, that sort of thing, let's have a chat. Hit me up on an email, and we'll get you going there and start to invest your superannuation fund. So a little plug for my professional services there, but what this is all about, and I also offer the business coaching side of things within that as well. So I try to combine the two, because I do believe this business in and of itself is also a kind of a good retirement vehicle for a lot of people. Especially those who are approaching retirement and there's a bit of a gap. They can see now that perhaps we've laid it out. I used to do this all the time with my clients, that they can see that there's a gap between where they need to be financially to earn the type of income that they're going to need when they stop working, and they might be kind of getting close to 55 or 60, and there's a gap between what they need to earn or having that lump sum of money that's going to be invested to give them that income and where they are right now. And they know they need to do something. They need to do something fast. I often put this business in front of them. That's one of my little things. I say, well, look, if you start to work a couple of extra hours a week on this business, you can start to set up an extra income stream for yourself and we can teach you how to do it and put it on rapid speed and really start to invest in that business, in yourself. 2 to 3 years time, you could be sitting on a nice 5 to 6 figure income that could be funding your lifestyle within those retirement years. Now, income disclaimer, it doesn't work for everybody. You have to obviously, whenever you talk about income, this is very important for our team here as well. Whenever you do talk about income, I always say, you know, results are not typical. We're not typical. Results will vary between person to person, depending on how much work and effort and how inspired you are to do it. And please see the income disclaimer at empowernetwork.com/income. That's always the same website. I always refer people to that site so they can see the actual income that's being earned. However, and that's pretty transparent. That's just us being compliant. We want to make sure you're always compliant in the business. So look, I'm rambling on about a lot of different topics here. I wanted to try and stick to the agenda, which I do actually have an agenda today, which is amazing. So I actually made up this little PowerPoint presentation. Not much of a PowerPoint, but let me see here. So I've done the welcoming of the new members. Guys, welcome aboard. For those members who are on the Gold Coast here or in Australia, even better. Hopefully we can catch up for a coffee sometime and we can work together. And by the way, sorry, Lisa's not here right now. She's just out with running some errands, so she was wanting to jump on perhaps later on, but yeah, she's not here for this. So she sometimes jumps on at different stages. She's more of the silent partner in our little family business here, so a little bit camera shy sometimes, but that's fine. She does a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and you can obviously you'll see her work on the Facebook pages and things that we've got, and then she's always on email, and she runs she does a lot of the advertising. She's getting into loves the Facebook marketing, Facebook advertising. She writes fantastic blog posts. It's a skill that I've been so inspired by with my wife since I started this business, and I kind of brought her into it. I kind of brought her around to the idea eventually. It took her a while actually to see the vision, to see what we were trying to achieve here. And now she's really on board and she loves it. She's got this, and she loves the blogging side of things, which we're going to talk about in a moment, because there's some interesting things coming up on the blogging side of the business. We'll get into that now, I think. So like I said, just welcome to the new people that are coming on board. And as I said, this is going to be a weekly thing going forward. Now, let me just see if there's any questions so far. Make sure we're not skipping anybody. Need to sort of slow myself down as well. I tend to ramble on and talk, and I forget what I'm talking about. So apologies, guys. Where is it? All right, so I've got this cool little program here that allows me to see if there's any questions. No, that's all good. So as I said, in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen here, as you're looking at your screen, the bottom right, there is actually a little button there that says something like, click here to ask a question. Oh, there I am live. Okay. Click here to ask a question, and you can, that'll bring up a little box. And what that does is just sends us an email, sends us a little note that pops up on our side of the system. And you know, it won't appear in the chat. If you want to just join the chat below, there's a Facebook chat thing below. Not a lot of people do. As our team gets bigger and bigger, we're not obviously haven't got thousands of people on board right now, but we're growing steadily. But that, you know, obviously, if you want to make a quick comment and chat there, we'll see that instantly as well. So you can use both avenues. So let me just share what I've got here. I did have, and we're winding up the year now, so a lot of people are sort of winding down their businesses and getting winding up for Christmas. You know, we're getting the first week of December now. We just, in the US, you just had Thanksgiving, and we're winding up now, so getting ready for Christmas. There's a lot of stuff going on, and what I encourage you to do, guys, is just to sort of think about the year the previous year that's just gone by. Don't get caught up in the New Year's syndrome, but at the same time, you want to start thinking about ahead to 2016. How you finish the year strongly, number one, and really start to stretch yourself to reach your goals towards now and between now and the next event, which is going to be in January next year. I haven't set an exact date, but somewhere around mid-January there'll be another Empower Network event, which I'm not going to even tell you. You have to get to. And this particular event coming up is going to be an online streaming event. So it should be no excuse for anybody to not attend. It's going to be streamed from an unknown location. I believe what's happening with that is, and again, just off topic, but what's actually happening with that is they're running a competition new members coming in who's on the leaderboard and that sort of thing, and certainly picking like 50 people or 100 people who are going to attend that particular event. It's going to be a very closed door event, very private, very intimate. And what they're going to do is live stream that event. It's not going to be a big auditorium like they usually have, or a stadium or something like that. What it's going to be is just a small group of people talking about very advanced marketing techniques and basically streaming that particular event for everybody else. So it obviously makes sense to actually get involved in the competition and work your hardest to get to be one of those top 50 or 100 people, wherever it is, because that would be an awesome event to actually attend live. But for the rest of us, you still get the benefit, and make sure you get your tickets for that, which you can order through your back office dashboard. So I'm going to share my screen with you now just quickly, and just to kind of give you an overview of what a particular strategy that we all work on, called the 21-day blogging challenge. Now, as I said, we've got there's a couple of things happening in terms of company news and events. Maybe I'll just cover that quickly for you now. Let me see here. Okay, I'm just fumbling around a little bit here. Cool. Hopefully you can see my screen there that says agenda. So I do have a little agenda. I'm going to welcome you to company news and events. The next 21-day blogging challenge is coming up on the 7th of December, which I believe will be maybe on Friday, Monday next week, Monday or Tuesday next week. Today's the 4th, 5th, 6th, yeah, it'll be Monday. So starting Monday next week, the 7th of December, there'll be a new 21-day blogging challenge starting now. Obviously, if you're within our group here, you're an active member, you should also be part of the 21-day blogging challenge Facebook group. So that's how to keep in touch with people, how to keep in touch with when the next challenge is on. Of course, it's just a blogging challenge. It's a blog. You don't actually have to use the Collage blogging system to take part in the blogging challenge. So it's a great sort of promotion or marketing technique that you can use to kind of introduce people to the idea of blogging, get them involved in the business as well. So they might already have a blog. They might be interested in blogging, of how to do it, learning how to do it. So you can invite them along to check out the video. Number one, just send them along to join21daybloggingchallenge.com, I think it is. And there's actually some banners and things in the back office under your promotion funnels where you can promote the 21-day blogging challenge. Also get them involved in the Facebook group as well. Hopefully you should all be in that Facebook group. It's an invite only. So obviously if you're part of our team, we would have invited you through to that group. But yeah, the 21-day blogging challenge is a great way to learn how to blog, to get started, sort of challenge yourself and really start to get some content out there working for you that's bringing people back into your blog. Make sure you've got your blog set up. Number one, if you've just started this week, for example, that'd be one of the first things you should be doing, is getting that blog set up, getting your Collage blogging system set up, and maybe writing your first blog post. But this 21-day blogging challenge, we do it as a group. We do it as a company. And they do this. If everybody's doing it they're on the same day at the same time, then it's a real kind of motivator. We post your blog posts in the Facebook group and people like them and share them around. You can look at other people's blogs and see what they're blogging about, get some ideas and some strategies. And it's a really great way to kind of be involved in the community a little bit more. So make sure you start with that on Monday. And this particular blogging challenge, I noticed in the Facebook group, is actually going to be focused on video marketing, video blogging. Now, if getting on a live video or getting on a video and recording yourself is a little bit scary for you, that's great. Even better, because that's what this is designed to do. It's a challenge. You need to challenge yourself. You need to expand your circle of influence around blogging. Just to use the same metaphor once again. You need to get in there and actually just do some silly videos. And I'm going to show you in a moment how to actually you can get more and more people back to those videos. It doesn't matter the quality too much. Just get on there and communicate your message. Just be yourself. Obviously, you're going to have a topic. You're going to have to choose a little bit about what you're blogging about and a topic of interest to you. And what the 21-day blogging challenge is all about is that when you click on the plugin in your Collage blog, and you can start the challenge at any time. You don't actually have to come on board after the challenge has already started. That's fine as well. You just do your own challenge and you can just start the challenge at any time. You can also go back and forth from different days. So make sure you watch the videos there that are associated with the 21-day blogging challenge plugin in the dashboard of your Collage system, because there are some really good training videos there from Michelle, who actually walks you through the whole process and how to actually use it and how to use the actual templates as well. But every day there's a different template. I think there's about 4 or 5 different versions of the template, and it just repeats again. But you can obviously put in your own each one will be so a little bit different. You don't have to repeat that. Even though the templates are repeated, you obviously overlay different information into them. So one of them, for example, is sharing interesting YouTube videos that relate to a certain topic. Another one might be somebody that's been influential in your life and sharing that on your blog. So there's different templates and they give you different ideas. And so what I recommend that you do perhaps, and what I'm doing in this particular series as well, starting on Monday, is doing a video every day. But the 21 blogs, the blog posts that you're going to have, or 21 videos that you're going to have at the end of this, number one, you're going to be a master video person. You're going to get really good at it because you've had practice every single day for 21 days. Now that's a great way to hone a new skill. But you're also going to have, what I suggest you do is, instead of doing 21 random different posts on different topics, is pick a theme for the next 21 days. Pick something that you're passionate about, something that's going to be of interest to you. And you can then start to do perhaps a little bit of keyword research around that particular theme and that particular topic or niche. And you can really start to do a little bit of SEO, search engine optimization, on your videos as well as on your blog posts. And it doesn't need to take very much. You don't need to do very much. You don't need to get bogged down too much in this. In fact, I'm going to show you a quick strategy now on how to do this really simply and how I do it, and some tips that I picked up from some experts along the way of how to really get your blog working really well for you. Now, I will finish, and before I jump into that, just to sort of tell you that blogging is an indirect marketing technique. It's an indirect selling technique. Yes, it's very powerful, and it can be very powerful over a period of time once you build up a really good database of blog posts on your blog. And it's a great way to brand yourself as well. You know, it's your real estate online. It's your real estate on the internet. So it makes sense for when somebody's coming to your piece of real estate or your home on the internet that you make it look good. You want to sort of spend some time on, not dressing it up and making it too fancy. In fact, a lot of the best blogs and the most trafficked blogs out there on the internet are the most simple because they're easy to read. A blog is about reading and watching videos and that sort of thing, but you don't want them to be bogged down with stuff doesn't need to be there. So make it simple and make them effective. You've got a place there. That's what Collada is really good for, because it has stripped out a lot of the stuff that WordPress came with, where WordPress is, because it's built on WordPress, but there's so many different options on WordPress, so many different plugins and ways of stuffing it up, basically, and overcomplicating it. And I've been guilty of that as well. I still run a couple of blogs outside Collada, just on a standard WordPress system. And it gets so complicated, I overwhelm myself sometimes. So I really enjoy just the simpleness of Collada, and you can get fancy with it as well. It has that ability to actually, put some more advanced tactics into that as well. So, in fact, that brings me to another point. In the Collada dashboard, you'll see there's the 7-minute blog hacks, and there's every Thursday or every Wednesday, I think it is, or Thursday here in Australia, there's actually a new blog hack brought out, and you can actually access those videos. And there's videos in the back office, tutorials in the back office. Every week they have another little a Collada training session, so you can go back and watch those sessions as well. So there's a lot of training there on how to actually optimize your blog, how to really make it work well. But my point here is that blogging is a long-term strategy. It's a long-term marketing strategy. Yes, you are going to get traffic over a period of time, depending on how well you market your blogs. Writing the blog post is the first step. Then you need to promote your blog post. You need to take that link from the blog post that you've just written and send it out there onto the internet into different places. Plant the seeds around the place that people can pick up. Put a trail out there that people can follow to come back to your blog and find you. And once they're back on your blog and they're reading your posts, then there's things on the sidebar that they can click on. There's other pages on their blog that they might find of interest. And that's what it's all about. It's attracting people back to your blog so that you can then sell them things. It's almost like if you build it, they will come. And that's what blogging is all about in my mind. It's basically writing content that builds that relationship, that rapport with people, and getting them to come back and actually build the relationship, and actually then get them, you can then offer them other things. If they like and they trust you and they like what they're reading in your blog post, then they're more than likely to go and click on something else. So, quick overview of a blogging strategy. The first step that I recommend that you do take is that, like I said before, just work out a theme for the next 21 days. And let's just focus on the next 21 days leading into December, leading into the next event as well. And this is going to take us through to the end of the year. So a lot of the blog posts that you'll be writing will be more focused on perhaps coming towards Christmas. Maybe you can just do a personal blog post about what Christmas means to you or something like that. And that's why I've got this little bit of a theme here in my PowerPoint presentation of Christmas. But work out a theme. For me, I was thinking about today what's my theme going to be, and I always blog about usually like trading or investing or things that I'm interested in. You know, analyzing stock charts and things like that. Not very interesting for a lot of people, but there is a market out there for people like that, and I kind of attract those sort of people to me. For you, it might be something else like you know, exercising, fitness, or some other people I know blog about doing yoga, for example. Or my wife sort of wants to blog about blogging, actually having blogging as their thing. It doesn't really matter what you do, but what you can actually do is set up a list of keywords. And you just, all you need to do is go to the Google Keyword Planner and make a list of your top 21 keywords. And I would recommend for each of those keywords actually make a couple of subcategory keywords as well. Now, I'm not going to go through a full presentation on how to do this. I haven't really got time, but it is a good idea to perhaps make a list of the next of at least 21 keywords that you've done some research on through Google. And let me just, I will actually switch over to Google now just to show you how it's done. Let me just share that part of my screen with you. Because yeah, working with Google and working with, I'm sorry, the Google Keyword Planner, you can actually generate a pretty decent list of different keywords. So let me just show you that now. It's this one. All right, so hopefully you can see my screen here there. Now what I've done is you just go along to adwords.google.com/keyword planner. Anyway, if you just go to Google and type in Google Keyword Planner, you'll find the link to Google AdWords. It's within AdWords. They used to have a Google Keyword Tool. It's now called the Google Keyword Planner. It's free. It does help if you've got a Gmail account linked to it and you can actually log into Google AdWords. You can do it without it. I think you can. But what it does is it actually allows you to get a lot more search results and a lot more detail in the results that you do get if you are logged into the AdWord planner. So you can see I'm not running any ads at the moment. I haven't used Google AdWords for a long time. I believe Facebook ads are a little bit better nowadays, although Google's catching up once again and they're offering a lot more services. So it's something I want to have a look more into down the track. But I've been booted off Google so many times. Facebook's a little bit cleaner, a little bit easier to get around their compliance. Anyway, off topic, but what I did here is I just put in a search term, for example, Facebook marketing, just to see what would come out and just to kind of give you an example. And of course, yeah, it comes to the ad group ideas here. So these are different groups you can click on. Facebook for business, Facebook campaigns, different ideas, marketing strategies. What you do is click on this keyword ideas tab, and that's going to give you the actual monthly searches. So 18,100 searches for the actual words of Facebook marketing, which is pretty low, actually. I would have thought that would be a lot higher. But you can see the suggested bid, $6.54 per click. Oh, God, it's massive. So just to get that, doing an ad on Facebook marketing would be huge, just to get that to come up in the search results. But what you want to do is maybe sort them by average monthly searches here. So you can see here, there's some 4 million searches on Facebook search. Not a very highly targeted keyword though, very low bid there, low competition. So that might be something that you can actually write a blog post about. Facebook search, it gets 4 million monthly searches. I didn't even notice that before. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but might be something to look further into. And you can see here monthly searches for that particular keyword. 7 million, 5 million searches in the month of October, and very low competition. So it just gives you a bit of a snapshot of you know, the amount of people that are searching for it, and then the amount of websites or actual pages on the internet that actually have that particular keyword serving up for Google. So this is how Google's algorithm works. It looks for the keyword and it finds web pages that it finds most relevant. But what I try to do is actually, you can then sort of go over here to where it says download, and you download add all 801. You can get 800 keywords here, and you download the whole list to an Excel spreadsheet. And so I've got that spreadsheet here. Let me share that with you, hopefully you can see that. And what that is a spreadsheet of all the different keywords and their monthly searches. So you can see it's the same data, average monthly searches here. And I just go straight to the bottom of the list and start to work my way up. I delete the ones that are less than 100 searches a month here. So the first one's at 110. But these particular keywords here, and I work my way back up the list. And this is just a little tip that I use. And look for words that you think put yourself in the searcher's shoes. Why would they be typing in this particular keyword into Google? You've got to remember the internet's all about problems and solutions. When somebody goes to Google to search for something, they're looking for a solution to their problem, or they're looking to find more information on a certain issue or a topic. So you've got to put yourself in the shoes. So if somebody's typing in Facebook marketing training, they're obviously wanting to learn more about Facebook, and more than likely they're happy to click on a blog post that's listed there, or some sort of web page that's listed there, if it includes that particular keyword, and it gives them some good value. Now, that's a pretty obvious one. Business marketing tips, marketing on the web. For example, promoting your business on Facebook. This is obviously, if somebody typed that into Google, they obviously got a business that they want to promote on Facebook. They're a business person, they're entrepreneurial already, and they're thinking about how to promote the business on Facebook. They might have an offline business. Maybe they've got an online business and they don't know how to use Facebook to promote their business, so they want to find out more information. So these are people that could be in your target market for the business that we run. So again, it just sort of it's the way of thinking about it. So these are very low competition keywords. So what I can usually do, low search anyway, whether it's low competition, I'm not sure at this stage. So we need to do a little bit more digging. So what I've tried to do is take this particular keyword here, and the longer keywords, what they call long tail keywords, the better it is. So the more words that are used in the keyword, the better. How to use Facebook for business marketing, for example. That's a kind of a long tail keyword there. It's got 7 words in it. Network marketing for Facebook. So again, this is somebody that perhaps has a network marketing business and they want to learn about how to promote their network marketing business on Facebook. Social media businesses, how to start a business on social media. Facebook marketing jobs. This person's got a job mentality, etc., etc. So let's just take an example here. Facebook marketing training. Let's take the one at the bottom of the list. What I do is copy that, Control-C, then head on over to Google, right? So here's Google. Hopefully you can see my screen here. Guys, let me know in the chat if you can't see this, because I might just be rambling on and you can't even see what I'm talking about. Hopefully not. Hopefully you can see what I'm talking about here. And there's my Google screen. You should be able to see that now. What I do is, first of all, type in, just copy the, paste in Control-V if you're using a PC, whatever it is on a Mac, Command, and it'll bring up the number of results here you can see here. And this is just basic keyword research stuff, right? It's free, it doesn't cost anything. It just takes a little bit of time. And what I'm trying to do here is just show you a method to actually go through and get 21 keywords that you can actually use for your next 21 blog posts. So you're setting yourself up to win ahead of the game. It's all very well, and you can do, there's other ways to do this. That's why Palatu has that little template of prompting you what to blog about each day. But it is a good idea to kind of pre-plan what you're going to be blogging about. I know it works for me a little bit better if I do that. Then you kind of when you sit down to write your blog post, you're not sort of stumbling around. All you do is take the next keyword that you've got on your list, let's say Facebook marketing training, and you start writing about that. You start writing your blog post around that particular keyword and doing your video as well. So if your keyword is Facebook marketing training, chuck the video on and talk about what you know about Facebook marketing training, and maybe do a little bit of research to start off with. Maybe don't spend too long on it, but just put up a little video, 3 to 5 minutes long. Don't complicate it. Make a short video, upload it to YouTube, and I'll show you what to do with it after that. So what I'm doing here is let's have a look at this particular keyword. What you can also do is put quotes around it. What that basically tells Google is this specific keyword in this particular, any of those 3 particular keywords have to come up in the actual page or in the title. So you can see here the top, disregarding this one here because it's an ad, you can see here Facebook training marketers or marketing, and it's close. Facebook marketing training. This person's actually got he's changed the title of his post. Let's call it a blog post because it looks like a blog post. John Loomer, actually, he's a prolific blogger and he blogs a lot about social media. JohnLoomer.com, and so obviously he's into SEO and he's worked out this particular keyword as well. So he's found that there's a small minority of people out there searching for this particular keyword, 110 searches a month, and he's actually SEO'd his particular blog post by putting that keyword in the actual URL of his page there. And he's even beaten Facebook itself. You'd think that could be a pretty tricky one to actually beat Facebook.com. but he has. So he's actually got the URL in his, sorry, the keyword in his URL. He's probably put Facebook marketing training in the actual post itself. He's put it in. He knows about SEO, so he's making sure he's getting to the top of Google. He probably does some other stuff as well, like backlinking, which we can talk about another time. But yeah, you can see here that that's what that does. Now, another search way you can search for, and by the way, then you can see here it's come down right a lot. There's only 138,000 results. Still quite a lot. But what I like to know is if you put in all in title, colon, and then put in the quotes around your keyword like that, and do the search again, 706 results only. It narrows it down quite a lot. Now, all this is basically saying to Google, show me the results that have this particular keyword in the title itself. So who's the number one? Bootcamp Digital. I bet you John Loomer's up here somewhere. He's not, for example, he's not in this particular case. So he hasn't SEO'd his title. What it basically is saying to me is that these people that have actually put this keyword in their title of their post or their web page, they are pretty much optimizing that particular web page for this particular keyword. And these will be your competition. So a lot of people say that you're competing against, you know, thousands of results. Really, you're just competing against these top 10 spots. So all you want to do is to be in the top 10. So you look at the top 3 or so, and let's have a look at what they are. This was posted in April. Again, Quora, Bootcamp Digital, these look like pretty traffic high sites, and even YouTube's popped up here as well. So this is why video marketing is so great, is if you can get a YouTube video up there and you keyword optimize it to this particular keyword, you're highly likely to get in the search engines very easily as well, at least in the top 10. So there's a lot of benefits to do that. So I'm not going to sort of delve in too deeply into what this is all about here. We don't have a lot of time. But what it's all about is just finding that list of 21 different keywords that you're going to be blogging about and are going to be the topics of your next 21 blog posts. I hope that makes sense, guys. And really, what it really does is just helps you with ideas and that sort of thing over the next 3 weeks. So let's go back to that little PowerPoint there. Okay, there we go. So let's say you've made up your 21 keywords, you've been through the Google Keyword Planner and you've got a list of 21 keywords, and you've got some pretty decent ones and things that you're interested in. Obviously, you want to do it on different topics that are of interest to you, and they kind of relate to an overall theme if you wanted to. You don't have to do that. This is just my suggestion. You can just write about 21 different random things, and as long as they're, try to look at the reason we do this keyword research is to find that there is actually a demand there for what you're writing about. I mean, if you're writing about basket weaving, there might not be a big marketplace out there that's searching for basket weaving and the different techniques of basket weaving, as an example. Whereas Facebook marketing is a very hot topic right now. Everybody's looking at Facebook, and there's a lot of people searching for it. If you can just even get a video ranked in the top 10 and appear on that Google page, you're going to get masses of traffic coming to your blog posts, or at least to a YouTube video, which will then lead back to your blog post, which is what I'm going to talk about now. So you've recorded a quick video for that day for that particular keyword. So you make sure that when you upload it to YouTube, that you put that keyword in the description at the bottom. Now, YouTube doesn't have like in WordPress or in the Apache blogging system, areas for where you can put your actual keywords. It does have tags, so make sure you tag it with your keyword, and you put the actual, in the description of your video at the bottom, make sure you've got your keyword listed in there, as well as in the title of your video. If you do nothing else, you just put the keyword that you're making the video about in the title, and you put the keyword in the description in the first paragraph. You're going a long way to help YouTube rank that for that particular keyword. So make sure you do those two things in the title and in the description, and then you want to put a link to your blog post back in that particular in the first line. And if you can once again have the keyword that you're ranking for, you're trying to rank for, in the actual URL of your blog post as well. I'm going to talk about that in a second as well. But when you write your blog post, you want to make sure that your keyword is also in the title of your blog post, and in the title, in the description of your blog itself. That's going to help your rankings as well. So make sure you got the keyword in the title, and therefore it's also going to be in the actual URL of your blog post. If you don't know what a URL is, that's fine. It's the actual, I think it stands for Universal Resource Locator. It just basically is the actual link. When you post that link out to different places on the web, that's the link. So for me, for example, it might be wealthcircles.com, www.wealthcircles.com/Facebook-marketing-strategy. That's it. So the keyword is listed in the blog post itself. That's that part of it. So you've uploaded it to YouTube, you've got a good description there, you've got the link back to your blog post. So that YouTube video, they're watching it, people can see the description below, there's a link there, they're going to click it. If they like what they're hearing on the video, they're going to click that link and go back to your blog post. Sure enough, that video is going to be embedded on your blog post as well. You've now got that video, you put it on your blog, and you've written some blurb underneath it about what that video is about. Perhaps you've just transcribed the video. I mean, a lot of people do that. They make a video, they don't want to write the blog post, so they get somebody else to transcribe the video they just made, and you can get that done by different places around the web. Just outsource it. Maybe just do it yourself in the initial stages, but you can outsource that sort of stuff, and then make that your blog post. So upload it to YouTube, and you want to tag it and do things I just talked about. Then a real key strategy is to get backlinks. Backlinking is an SEO strategy where you can basically get other sites around the internet to have your link back to your source. And in this case, we want backlinks to our YouTube video. We want that YouTube video to rank very highly because Google owns YouTube. They're going to rank YouTube videos a lot easier than they're going to rank an unknown blog out there, like your Kalatu blog. Nobody knows who you are on the internet. Nobody cares. Google does care about what's on YouTube, so they're going to rank their YouTube videos if they're relevant to the search term. So this is a really good way to get listed in the search engines, and it's going to give your blog itself some good backlink juice as well. So if we can get that video ranked in Google, you're more than likely going to get your blog post ranked as well at some stage later on. So to get backlinks to your YouTube video, you can do it manually, and there's lots of different ways to get backlinks. Research it yourself and figure it out. But there's a great site, if you haven't heard of it already, called Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. Go to Fiverr and just type in the search term of backlinking. Let me just show you what I found the other day. Actually, I was doing some research this morning just on how to get backlinks. Where are we? This is what I found, guys. So all I do is type in YouTube backlinks in Fiverr. You can see the search term at the top of the screen there. And these are the results I get. And you can see there's quite a lot. For $5, you can have some. I like this one here, this one hovering over here. YouTube backlinks, over 2,000 backlinks. I will use my proven YouTube backlink ranking strategy. So for $5, you can get over 2,000 links around the web to actually come back into your YouTube video. Another good one here, if you look for different ones called link wheels. This one here, for example, I will link pyramid using 300 backlinks for YouTube. Some of them are a bit hard to understand, but test these out. It costs $5. Do one on each. If you spend $5 a day over the next 21 days, $5.25, that's about $150, whatever it is. So obviously you're going to have to spend a bit of money to get, but your 21 blogs and your videos are going to be highly ranked in the search engines. You're going to get masses of traffic. Hopefully you're going to be spending that little bit of money on other paid marketing anyway, perhaps running a solo ad here and there or doing some Facebook marketing, but $5 a day to get your blog post or your video ranked in Google is a great investment into your business, and it will really help your with your rankings and getting people to come back and getting you more authority, getting more sales as a result. So a good investment. So this is the easy way to do it, guys. Just get somebody else to do it. All you need to do is click on this one, sign up for Fiverr, and buy the gig. You can see he's going to give you 2,000 backlinks from a variety of sources to rank your YouTube video. If you're looking for YouTube backlinks and to rank your videos, you need to try this gig. Can't get simpler than that. And he uses a software tool called GSA Search Engine Ranker. There's some other ones called SEO Nuke, or SE Nuke, I should say. SE Nuke, N-U-K-E. So you can also perhaps do a search on SE Nuke backlinking, something like that in Fiverr, and you're going to get a whole SE Nuke. SE Nuke should have some results. Hey. Just type in backlinks. Anyway, you can play around with it. I'm not going to dwell on it too much here, but search results for backlinks. So a lot of people are doing backlinking on Fiverr. Just pick one, test it out. Thing to look at here, obviously, is the actual popularity. You look at the buyers' reviews, see what other people have done, and people have outstanding experience, quickie and good. This is awesome, outstanding experience, great job. You can get some good reviews there, and if it's if it's highly ranked in the results that you get, you can pretty much be sure that other people are getting good value from it. So that's a little tip there for you guys. Get that, spend $5 and get some SEO done on your video. Get the video ranked, which then leads back to your blog post. So I hope that makes sense. It's a very, very simple strategy, and it'll just help with your ranking of your blog posts and get them really up there in the search engine. So next, let's just finish off what we're doing here. Link your YouTube video to your blog post. We've done that. We've got the link in the YouTube video description. Your blog post links to. You also want to post your blog out to Facebook and Twitter. Post it on your Facebook profile. Now, and we'll go through this another day, but it's also a good idea to, if you haven't already done so, set up a Facebook page. Get yourself a Facebook page and maybe call it yourself. Be a business person. It's a good place to brand yourself. You can also do a lot of marketing on Facebook. That's a lot easier to do on a Facebook page than it is on an actual Facebook profile. And it gives you a little bit more authority as well. So make sure you got your blog post there and post it on your Facebook page, post it out to Twitter, and also email that blog post link out to your list every day. Put a little email together and say, hey, I just written this great blog post, thought you might be interested. You're adding value. You're not selling in that email, you're just sending them a link to a blog post that you think that particular audience will be interested in. And that's how you build authority and build the relationship, build trust. So guys, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thanks very much for being here. I just wanted to sort of add a bit of training in there, a little bit of hopefully a little bit of few tips and strategies that we use to actually get things done. The main things to take away from this today is just basically get on the 21-day blogging challenge starting on Monday. I'll be doing it. We can do it together, and you'll see me in the Facebook group there posting my blog posts under wealthcircles.com. We've also got jeremyandlisa.com, lisaandjeremy.com, and you can actually, with Kalatu Premium, you get 10 blogs. With the Kalatu Basic package, you get 3 blogs. You can use some of those blogs for doing just landing pages. You might want to do like a capture page, for example, and just have a separate domain. You can use Kalatu Premium, which has the Insta Builder plugin in it. It's absolutely amazing. If you haven't got Kalatu Premium, upgrade yourself. You're really going to love the extra plugins that come with Kalatu Premium. Plus, you get 10 blogs that you can use for different purposes. Again, this is all stuff that you'll learn about later on. Perhaps if you're only new and you're just getting started, just start with the blogging challenge. And then we can, as you learn and get more confident, you can start to do more of these advanced techniques using the blog. But there's a lot of flexibility with Kalatu. So I highly recommend you get to know it really, really well and just, be a product of the product. If you're using it every day, then you're more than likely going to be able to talk about it with other people a lot easier as well. And you're going to enjoy the process and you're going to get a lot more out of it. So write your blog post, get in involved in the 21-day blogging challenge. You're going to find a lot of people start to question your blogs, and you're going to get comments and that sort of thing, which is great. And you're going to get people coming back, and you're going to find they're clicking on your links as well, and they're going to be signing up to your list. Also, if you haven't already done so, get your get response and your Aweber linked up in the back office of your Empower Network as well to the different funnels. Drive people through to those capture pages that have been given to you. I recommend the actual 21-day, the total shortcut funnel, which is that's probably the most highest converting one I've been using so far. Tell me if you have a different experience in the comments, or if you have something else you're using. Or you can actually set up your own custom funnel. A lot of people, perhaps you come through a different funnel. We've got one going at the moment called the Unstoppable Lifestyle. And that's been working really well for us lately, because we put together a little ebook, kind of what they call a free offer. Opt in to get your free ebook, and then we give that away for free. Just sort of talks about a different strategy of how to get your online business up and running very quickly. And that's offered as a free gift, or sort of a bonus, I should say, to actually get people to opt in, and then we obviously then expose them to the sales presentation. So different ways of doing it. We're going to go through a bit more marketing training as we go through on these webinars each week. So if you get some value from it, please dial in each week. And it's just, as I said, we're going to bring people out on a weekly basis as well, people that are getting results. So I'd really love to have you on a video next week or the week after. Get on the 21-day blogging challenge on Monday. If you haven't already got the Unstoppable Dream product, click on the link on the left or wherever it is on this particular page, and make sure you get that and really dive into that training, because it's going to be really valuable to your business over in the long run. So guys, we're on the top of the hour. It's now 1 o'clock here in the afternoon here in Queensland. Thanks very much for being here. I'm going to keep it to an hour. Appreciate your time today. Have a great weekend. If this is the weekend, Friday, it's Friday for us, so weekend's coming up. And I'll see you in the 21-day blogging challenge group, Facebook group, on Monday or over the weekend. I'm going to start to put those things together over the weekend. Again, thanks very much on behalf of Lisa and Jeremy Gard here at Wealth Circles and Project Family Freedom. Appreciate you being part of the team, being part of the vision, and talk to you next week. Bye for now.